That's what they always say.
Yeah.
Drink a cup of coffee, you're getting a cup of water in there. Probably.
Right. Well, it's like someone at work, they were saying something about like tracking their water intake, and they were like, there's actually water in Diet Coca-Cola, so I just drink that. And I get my water.
That's just the dumbest thing ever. Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay, that's the dumbest thing ever. When you have people saying I can drink my Diet Coke and get my water out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's like the fat man's cope.
That should actually subtract from your water intake. You should definitely drink 8 separate glasses of water a day.
It's like when skeletons and zombies like try to drink something and it just like falls out of their stomachs.
Mm-hmm.
That's the equivalent to thinking Diet Coke is your hydration source. Here we go. Theme time.
Theme music.
Steve and Steven, they have a right to call Timcast Transcast.
Mr. Steven, I have a gift to you.
Wait a minute. Stop everything. Let's watch some Stevie.
Steven, they're fans of mine, but I'm even bigger fans of theirs.
Hey, everybody.
We're back. Episode
43 for you and me.
43.
So get ready. We've got some great stuff to talk about. A lot of news happening. Should we start with the fights?
Dylan?
Yeah, Dylan Denise.
Yeah, how do you say his name? Danis?
I would say Danis.
It is funny to try to figure out how you pronounce his name now after the fight.
Yeah.
After he's about to be totally irrelevant.
Little late to it. I just learned his name.
But is it Denise or Dan?
I just say damn Daniel.
Yeah.
Dylan damn Daniel. Because damn, this little midget, it's to show my ignorance. I didn't even know how tall he was. I had no idea on both Logan Paul and Dylan's like body stats.
Mm-hmm.
And I was disappointed and felt stupid when I watched like the highlights of the fight. And I was like, oh, he lost. And then the second I see them both in the ring, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, of course he lost.
No, Logan definitely outsized him. I knew that going into the fight, and I knew that he probably really didn't stand a chance, but I was holding out hope because he did all that shit talking.
I know. He might have won like the long the long battle of getting in Logan's head, with his wife, his whore wife.
No, but if you kick somebody's ass, you just have the higher ground.
That's true, but I don't know if that's affected him yet. It is still super new post-fight, but I do have like a couple of clips because I was confused when I watched it because I don't know anything about fighting. So let me, here's where Logan Paul beat, great, I'm glad I didn't save my freaking time clip.
Do you know how that's pronounced? D-A-Z-N?
Dazin?
That's DAZN.
Oh.
I just thought that was like such a dumb name for a company.
Yeah, that's stupid.
O is not the letter you're going to guess.
No.
To be missing from that. D-A-Z-N.
And also it's like, why would the A be in there too? Because like usually you get rid of the vowels and you can figure it out, but when you throw a vowel in, then I'm thinking you're dazing out. Oh, there we go. I just skipped it. So this is the moment he loses. I guess he tries to do a nice little kick. Logan, I got you in a headlock, and now I'm going to kick you. And Logan runs away because he knows that he's already won.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he's smiling. He's laughing because he knows.
Exactly. And then Dylan is fighting. Hey, amigo, let me punch everyone. I think Jake Paul gets involved. God, I'm glad we just have
Jake strutting in.
Yeah. Oh, by the way.
In the most ridiculous way, I mean.
Nah, man, quit playing.
Like, what are you going to do? Like, you're not going to go in there and start fighting. Like, it's not even your job. They have people there paid to break things up.
Right.
In fact, that's all that's there. It's just 50 people breaking up 2 people.
Yeah.
Nobody else is even fighting.
And I feel like that's kind of like part of the, like, wait a minute, did this guy have his arm around Logan Paul? Did you see that? Like, Logan Paul's doing the king of the world thing right here.
Yeah, he's breathing in his ear.
Yes, he does. I love you, boy. Look at that. Touching his dick.
Oh.
I think he got in my... Because he's got the mouth guard in.
Yeah,
I think he got his hand on my penis.
This is hot.
Where Dylan? Oh my gosh, we've got him.
Well, he's on the other side of the ring.
Who's this? Yeah, I guess...
That's a guy that spends way too much time in the mirror.
Yeah. Good gosh. Powdered wig much? That's what it almost looks like. And then we've got the post-game coverage. I was going to show Mia... is not her name. Her name is Nina.
Yeah, Nina Khalifa.
Yeah, Nina Khalifa.
I want to give a shout out to my team, my family. Everyone who helped me, man. This camp was so hard. Dealing with a guy like that was not easy. He is a true demon, a true coward.
This was not a good fight.
I want to give a thanks to the most
If you paid for this, you're
important
fucking retarded.
Next to my mother, of course.
Sorry.
My beautiful fiance. Wherever she is, Baby, I love you
I
so
thought they got
much. From
married
my heart and
already.
soul.
No. So she's nowhere in action. It's like the ending of Rocky, but instead of Rocky being like, Adrian, and she's just like sucking guys off. You
Yeah,
know?
she's sucking off Dylan.
And she wears like a trash bag. She's in the beginning. You see her like kind of walk off. There she is, yeah. And then she just leaves the scene.
Damn, bro, he's got a Prime necklace on. Very cool, Logan.
Very cool.
You've drank some Prime. What do you think about that while Logan's talking here?
I've had a few Primes before. It looks like I'm talking for Logan. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, I've tried a few Prime energy drinks before. Not the energy drinks.
I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Prime.
The beautiful bottle of Prime, wherever she is now. It's the most like sugary sweet drink that I've ever tried in my life. I think the first time I had a Prime bottle, it lasted like a week and a half because I could just add it to a bottle of water and it would almost sweeten like the whole thing. So I almost think it's like a condensed like flavor, you know?
Yeah.
Like condensed milk and whatnot. But kids are drinking it like it's they water. Like
No, it's
they
crazy.
Diet
It's
Coke.
horrible. I don't even think it tastes good. I don't understand. It would be... And do you know what's in it? We've had this conversation, but you'll
It's
have
not
to remind
good.
me.
There's like I looked at the ingredients and it's like there's it's like sugar, water, and then the rest is like thin and minite things that end in "ite" and "thane."
No. Well, hold on. That's not all bad. Look, I tried it actually before I ever knew that Logan was behind it. So originally they had C4 there. At this gas station, and they're like, "No, we're getting rid of all the C4." This guy that looks like an orc, kind of. I don't know why that matters.
Is he the C4 like mascot or just the guy who works there?
He's just the guy that works at the gas station. He goes, "We're running. The C4's going away." He just like had this little warlord, like warlock, sort of small guy thing going on, and you can tell he takes the gas station. So he's like, "The C4's going away. We're getting something new." And then we get the Prime. I try it out, and it's bad. And that's all. But look, I've got C4 now.
So they brought it back. The C4 is now back.
No, I went to a different gas station.
Same orc.
So this is the frozen bombsicle. Explosive energy you can feel. Enhanced endurance. Certified sport. This isn't an energy drink. This isn't like an athletic drink because I'm bulking right now, as you can tell.
Gotcha. Okay. So how does it taste?
No, it tastes good. I never liked what was the one you drank? Bang.
Bang.
Yeah, I knew that. Bang tastes gay a little bit. You know what I mean?
There's literally a flavor called Rainbow Unicorn.
And it's
so
good.
You like that one? That one tastes like nerds.
No, I like all of them.
Oh.
But they are gay though. I'm not
Yeah.
I mean, there's overlap. So anyway, C4 is good. Do you remember the first time you tried an energy drink and what it was?
I think it was like a Mountain Dew, like steroid, like roided Dew, whatever they
Vault?
had. Rockstar Vault. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Dude, my friend's mom would buy like 2 or 3 12-packs of those, and me and like his 4 siblings and him would all just drink them, just so fast.
Yes.
And it was just like retarded. Like there would be just cans of Vault all over the place.
I know, and it was like the idea was to not drink as many of them because they were more caffeinated, but it had the opposite effect. We would just drink more of it.
Yeah, it's like the difference between like Adderall. It's like anybody could take an Adderall prescription, but you can't just take some meth. That's more powerful.
Yeah.
That's kind of how Vault worked. It was like you'd get one down. Next thing you know,
you can't stop. You're like scraping off the tar down on the street to make it fleshed out while your teeth are falling out, and it's a quick pipeline. That didn't last for very long. Mm-hmm. They kind of wanted to squash that.
But like C4 is not like an energy drink; it's a performance energy drink.
I didn't know that, so it has no caffeine.
Anyway,
it's okay. I made like a heartbeat thump sound earlier. It was like I don't know where it came from.
I had Monster after like a flag football game when I was like 6. My mom just bought me a Monster
with no idea that it. I feel like Monster also came in those gigantic cans where
they
had
were
like
huge.
it was like a bottle can.
No, it
like,
looked like a battery.
Yeah, it literally did. It's like the positive side you screwed
and it
off.
tasted like battery.
And it was like neon green, like literal like Ninja Turtle ooze battery acid.
I remember my friends growing up, they owned the grocery store in the town that we lived in, and some old bitch lady who was my friend Nate, the one who fell in the toilet. Shout out Nate, bringing him back.
Yeah. The original Skibidi toilet.
Fell in, and so his grandma worked at the grocery store, and we just took things from the grocery store. Like we would just go in there after school, and we would just grab like a bunch of candy and shit, and then walk out the door because they owned it. They owned the grocery store.
But the lady,
so she saw me that I was taking like Monsters every day, and she's like, "I heard this horrible story about like heart." And she like went and told my mom. that I was gonna have a heart attack.
And your mom just believed her at fate. Look, oh my goodness, dude.
I never had another one.
Cranium on KSI. Good gosh. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, look at those. I think it's just an African head.
Yeah,
man.
I can't. No comment there. Yeah, it was a good fight. We fought to fight. Maybe I shouldn't have this playing in the background for like copyright.
I don't even know
reasons.
who won that fight, KSI or Tommy Fury.
I don't either. Probably KSI because I mean, look at that.
No, Tommy Fury's Tyson Fury's brother though, but I think he's not as good, so I don't know.
Who's Tyson Fury? Like an actor?
Oh man.
See, I don't know.
No, he's like the greatest boxer alive. Look up his record. He's like 50-0 or something. He's never lost a fight.
But it's his cousin?
No, it's his younger brother.
Oh.
I think he's like his half brother maybe or something. They have the same dad, Mr. Fury.
Tyson
Fury's awesome. He's a great boxer, and that's obvious because he's like the heavyweight champion. But his body, like when he gets punched in the stomach, he just like absorbs it like Majin Buu or something from Dragon Ball. So he just like absorbs punches. I can't remember who he fought.
That's awesome.
My memory's terrible. From like in 2021 he fought, and that was like when I first started gambling on random shit, and I bet him to win like in the 11th round, and there's like 12 rounds, so he could win in any round, and he might not even win, so it was like great odds, and then I hit that. It was very cool. So shout out Tyson Fury.
Come on the podcast.
Yeah.
Something I was going to say about
Logan.
Yeah. Oh, I also have another clip of him. He's like justifying he did this gay thing. I don't know if you saw this on social media. It's not that long, but super cringe.
I'm eternally sorry for Nina. I'll spend the rest of my life
For
apologizing
Nina?
if I have to for
being
putting
such a
her through
whore.
that kind of torment. It's inhumane what he did. She'll hold him accountable, but I dragged her into this social media fight bullshit. She did not sign up for this. If you can survive that,
she did. This is not his first boxing match.
Anything affect you? It's a real powerful
That's a good point.
position.
It's a great place
And
to be.
Nina's there now.
She don't give a
I was like, so how are you doing? Like, actually, she's like, I don't give a
Jeff
what
Wittick.
anybody thinks. She was like, I don't even give a what you think. I was like, whoa, Nina, I'm on your side.
I'm
Yeah, so the thing I'm worried about, and again, I don't watch like any boxing, so I don't know if there's really post-fight beef that extends past like the week that it's like in the news of who won. But what disturbs me is how like Logan Paul just can't take his win and move on. He's like, oh, Dylan is like evil. He's a little demon. He's a little... Who's the devil? Who's the dirt devil? What's the thing? Isn't he Hispanic? Like a Wile E. Coyote, Looney Tunes character.
The Dirt Devil? Oh, the Tasmanian Devil?
Yeah. Or Roadrunner. I don't know. Maybe I can't think of it. I thought there was one of those characters who was like Hispanic that they had to like get rid of.
Oh, you're talking about Speedy Gonzalez.
Yes, Speedy Gonzalez. He's saying like this little Speedy Gonzalez here making fun of my wife and and just truly has to like end the fight thinking, oh, he's actually, by the way, he's an evil person. But that shouldn't even matter because you kicked his ass. So it's like, I don't know. You got what you needed, but...
I think Logan wins the exchange. I mean, in reality, like in the real reality where we all live, he's still married to like a whore, or getting married to somebody that's fucked a lot.
Yeah.
And has acted like a whore on camera and sent disgusting Snapchats about she needs pee-pee in her butt.
Yeah.
So...
Which I guess he knew what he was getting into when he signed up for it. But it's been so bad for Dylan Denise that he had to go on Piers Morgan's show. That's like the only place I would like take him. And Piers Morgan had this fucking bit set up where there's a video before the fight where Dylan was like, if I win, I get to be the best man at your wedding. And Logan Paul was like, oh, if I win, I get your whole purse. Because Dylan Dennis, if you don't know, is trans. So he has a purse with that he carries with him. So... And so Piers Morgan was like, oh, okay, what's this giant piece of cardboard behind me? It's a check. Are you going to write your check to Logan Paul? And Dylan was like, we didn't shake, homie. We didn't shake on him, man. So bad week for him. Hopefully he recovers and goes back to the MMA, goes back to grappling and rolling with other guys. And he was trying to make the case, too, that MMA is like real fighting and boxing is not. I believe the opposite. I feel like if you're able to just use your brute strength to beat the shit out of somebody, you're way more of a man than fucking two naked guys roll. Lex Friedman doesn't box for a reason.
Yeah. We box for a reason.
Yeah. Remember when we tried to get into boxing with our friend Nelson? We like pitched it a few times and he wouldn't do it.
Like that we should all box each other?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Well, there was that one time where like we should all do it like a what do they call that? A Royal Rumble or free for all?
Yeah.
What's the
Oh, like free for all.
Me versus you versus him, and he was the only one that wouldn't go for it.
Yeah, I mean,
and that says a lot because you would know that I would be probably kind of joking about it, but I wasn't scared of him. Yeah, and it was so obvious we would just team up on him.
Right,
So
that's what I was gonna say. I don't blame him for saying no because
Which, to give you some, context, we're both 6'3.5",
Yeah.
230 pounds jacked, and this guy's literally 5'4" and weighs 123 pounds.
It's literally the Logan Paul versus
literally Logan.
Dylan Dennis. So, we would have let him use some street rules. We would have let him roll around on the ground. And
He's definitely a punch in the nuts kind of guy.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
an MMA guy. That's what we call punch in the nuts guys. MMA guys versus us boxing boys.
we go below or above the we go below the belt to jerk you off. We go above the belt.
Yeah, I go right on the belt, actually. Yeah. I only go belt with my mouth and hand and asshole.
I've been obsessed with that video of the rapper, the freestyle rapper, the clip I sent you where he's like,
oh, what was that?
He's like, yo, what I'm about to do to Bob?
No.
Doodle Bob. Me-hoy-yoy-me-yoy. And erase this clown. Literally. Go ahead, sorry.
No, that was very funny. I was going to say you should just pull it up.
Please exist. Double Bob.
What did you send it on?
I sent it on Instagram.
Can I play it through the...
Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it.
If y'all ain't never heard a Christian rapper, I'm about to take it there. Because when I'm about to doodle Bob, me hoin yoin, me yoin, and erase this square.
Also, is there a squeak?
If y'all ain't never heard a Christian rapper, I'm about to take it there.
Was that the smoke alarm? Dude, at a rap battle, even there, they can't.
Okay, so for everybody that doesn't know, I don't even know. Can we just talk about the smoke alarms? Because we sort of talked about it. It's in all these videos. It's now a meme. Mm-hmm. So fill me in. How long has the smoke detector been a meme? Because we've been talking about it. We had the joke last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, where where we just had the smoke detector going off at random intervals.
Yeah. I don't know when it became. It seems like we just had our finger on the pulse of the culture.
Yeah.
Because we noticed it in those Oreo Man videos that sometimes he'd give his monologues about how no women like him, 40-minute shortened version. And yeah, the smoke alarm, the beep would go off randomly throughout the video. And we thought it was so funny. Turns out it's a systemic issue within the black community. Yes. They don't know how. And I've seen some AI art too, where they've made like a Pixar movie of like Albert Einstein teaching like a classroom of black people how to change the battery in their smoke detector. And apparently this is a systemic issue that they need, great help and resources with when it comes to a very basic task where they don't seem to mind it. Maybe their brains are like so advanced. You saw KSI's skull earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe that's so advanced it just like tunes
That's
out that frequency.
That's meant for solving harder problems than a smoke detector.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you got to think about it. Okay, so the way humans have evolved over time, and the human brain has evolved, is that we're doing less we're doing less lizard shit nowadays. Yeah. But at a certain point, if we want to go beyond human, we have to stop doing even like the most basic human stuff, like changing the smoke detector, wiping our ass. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I guess that's what I'm saying is they're sort of beyond that.
Yeah.
Let's play that again. Here's the rap.
Because when I'm about to doodle Bob, me hoin yoin, me yoin, and erase this. Because if y'all ain't never heard a Christian rapper, I'm about to take it there. Because when I'm about to doodle Bob,
no.
Me hoin yoin, me yoin, and erase the square.
Erase the square.
I love how he just goes all in with that Doodle Bob impression too. It's so great.
No, that was like spot on. And I think that was just a shoe.
Yeah. His
shoe.
basketball sneaker, his Jordan. So. A pair of Jordans, one shoe there is a Jordan.
The smoke detector's awesome.
Yeah. They have smoke detector like shoes and they don't change the batteries in those.
Mm-hmm.
The Jordans, like the Nike Air Jordans, that's how they were advertised to like jump and dunk. But the commercials made it to where you can, instead of dunking, he's like jumping up to the ceiling to be able to replace the battery. And it's like the smoke detector commercials, like where Gilbert Gottfried, I think it might be like cereal, but like Gilbert Gottfried's like the smoke detector. That's what he's like replacing. Hello! I can't do a Gilbert Gottfried. That was atrocious. Let me do, guys, you're going to love this. Hell yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this. Holy shit.
Oh, it's fire safety.
Who are you?
See more smoke. Smoke detector. The more smoke I see, the more noise I make. And I see more smoke coming from that toaster.
Oh my God. Thanks for warning us, Seymour.
That's my job. I hate smoke. It's disgusting.
He looks Chinese.
Yeah, but he also still looks like Gilbert Gottfried. So.
I guess, Gilbert does close his eyes a lot when he does this.
They're like
little
never
shtick.
open. He opens them sometimes.
And it's kind of weird. It's like, whoa, dude, I didn't know. I didn't know you could gaze into my soul like that.
There's that weird. Did you see his daughter did like an interview and she's like 16, but she's like making a documentary about him. But I just thought it was weird because she was on like Jim and Sam or whatever the show is.
No, I did not see that.
I just thought it was weird. Like,
That
what's
is-
Jim Norton talking to a kid for? I guess he's not Kumia, but
Yeah. Well, maybe I know Jim and Anthony are friends, so maybe he's scouting out like, oh, you might want to interview Anthony Cumia over this because, me and Sam are just, we're the downstream from Opie and Anthony. Go to Anthony, which I think he's doing okay now. I think he's out of the hospital.
Oh, good update. I was hoping he was dead. I don't know.
I think they tried to do a bit on his show that he was dead. They made an Anthony Cumia body pillow, and Gavin was pretending to talk to him. So he's like, "So Anthony, what are you up to these days? Doesn't seem like you've seen a lot of black people here, have you?" So
and they pull a string and fake Anthony talks.
Yeah, they pull a string like Woody from Toy Story, and it's like a speaker. It says the N-word basically. So should be back soon. Yeah. That's all. I started that like I had something big to say about it, but I just had nothing. It's called projection. So, go.
I was gonna say, do you want to talk about Chris Chan?
Oh yeah. I only got one funny soundbite from his video, but and I looked up. So Chris Chan made a video addressing these allegations about him having sex with his mom.
Yeah.
And there's something a little suspicious, even in this video. But he was in jail. He was arrested. He was taken to jail, and then he was released from jail. But it does seem like I didn't read the fine print, so I don't know if it was someone trolling him. But there were phone conversations that were recorded of him admitting to having sex with his mom. But I don't know why this would have been
look
dropped.
how gross that sonnet you.
I know, and
That's so disgusting.
He like looks just like
Was
a
that
fat.
made out of gum?
I don't know. Yeah, this is
old gum.
It's not looking good.
Hey everyone, Jesus Christy Western Channel Sonnet Prime here. And right now I'm going to set the
It looks
record
like a fat
straight.
Ariel Pink.
So just so y'all know, straightforward and blunt to the point.
Is he only coming out of my
Yes.
right
The
ear?
reason I went to
Left
jail,
ear, yeah.
That's my right.
the charge I
I
was
have my
charged
headphones on
with,
backwards.
I was innocent. There never, ever, 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 ever was any sense between Barbara and I, period.
That's the big red flag there. The fact that he's calling his mom by her first name kind of makes me
Yeah.
think he had totally had sex with her.
Well, maybe he's disowned her. That's, sometimes people, when they disown their parents, they start calling, like, Philip never wanted anything. That's my dad's name. Not really.
I like how he's giving himself like this coliseum too. He's like, I have a message and I'm going to say it. Oh,
Yeah, so-
really erroneously misunderstood.
Where did he upload
Period.
this to?
I think this is his channel.
that was all
Christian
messed up.
Western
Maybe
Chandlerville
y'all
Guardian.
know your frickin'
Maybe it's an
smut
archiver.
fictions. I know.
Yeah, because I wonder how much the
know some of
original
you out of
got.
the
I mean, it's
minority that are
crazy
the
he's not
worst.
dead.
I know.
That are the worst. Out of the majority.
I don't know if we've
being
talked about it on the
cat-
podcast, but he does have his porno. He's like, he recorded himself having sex with the pillow, and his girlfriend. He was saying his fake girlfriend's name the whole time. That's on Pornhub, but he's posted pictures of his transitional surgery, which he did by himself.
Yeah, that's great.
Terrible pictures. They're disgusting. I don't understand how that did not kill him from an infection. Because there's no way he even washes his hands. I mean, he doesn't even wash his own medallion. That is his prized possession around his neck.
Yeah.
He can't even clean that. She.
No, don't do this.
I'm kidding. Sorry.
And think about just all the. I mean, he probably just accidentally eats his own shit and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I mean, there's no reason he should be alive. And that house they lived in was gross. The house tour episode of Chris Chan show back in the day.
The sitcom.
Yeah.
Loved the set of his room and all the posters and stuff. I couldn't imagine the smell. If I had the opportunity to go and see his house, I would choose not to because I would not want to be in there to smell it.
Yeah, the double factor of living with old people and
Yeah.
an autistic gross person.
I mean, yeah, I guarantee he's like the type of person that would like shit his underwear and then just like throw the dirty underwear like in the basket.
Or like leave them on for 3 days.
Yeah, and then change. And
Something
like,
I did not do at the Pirates of the Caribbean movie when I was a kid.
Well, you didn't leave them on for 3 days.
Well, a day and a half.
Oh, you did?
No, I don't know. Just
living like a real pirate there.
Just trying to make it funny. I don't know.
Sorry. What was I saying? He'd shit his pants, then go, oh, there's poop in here. And then just not do anything about it.
Sauna poop.
Sauna poop. What's he saying now?
Actually made it to Babs Con. But fortunately, that didn't quite happen.
It's this old Jewish woman named Barbara.
Shit.
But to end this on a more positive note,
I keep thinking he's going to get a bloody nose because he has like a little scratch underneath his nose.
He's
going to start bleeding.
She's a friend of mine, and I refer to her only as Flutter because she likes Fluttershy. Okay? I met her in Lynchburg. She got in touch with me while I was in jail.
Yeah.
And we managed to meet. We managed to bond and connect with each other as friends. And she is literally 30 years old despite her physicality. But anyway.
Who's editing for him, you think?
Just pretty much straightforward right there. Letting you,
no, because he probably has somebody equally as stupid that he's met online that would probably do it for him.
Right there, letting you know about that.
This is how you're
like
supposed to edit,
say
Chris.
all that clearly.
He's like, have you seen, the movie I Am Sam?
Mm-hmm.
With, who's the guy? Sean Penn. Mm-hmm. In like the movie, they make it seem like he's like the super dumb retard. He's like the retarded retard because his friends with Down syndrome are like, here's what you got to do. Because he has to like present himself as like mentally sane in court, and they're like, how about we get you shoes that you tie instead of the Velcro ones? It's simple mathematics. It's a simple mathematical equation, really. Yeah. And then he's like, I ate my shoes. He's like doing a Gilbert Gottfried impression the whole time.
Yeah, smoke detector.
Yeah. Where is that sound coming from? That's pretty much what he's doing the whole movie. So.
But what does that have to do with Chris Chan?
Oh, that is Chris Chan's editor. Not Sean Penn, but the Down syndrome genius is probably his editor.
This is what you got to do. You got to cut when you're done
He looks
talking.
like he's about to die. No volume. I don't know what's happening, but...
I can throw it back up. Oh, he's done.
It's easy to go in and out of those weird states of consciousness for him.
That's enough said right there.
He moves freely between this realm and other realms.
I just felt like I need to get that off. Otherwise, I might have had a sleepless night.
It is nice to see, that just a beautiful old woman, serene, at peace.
Yeah, it's like she's laying in her coffin.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. A customized coffin from Etsy.
It's gonna be horrible when Chris Chan dies in a few years, though, and everybody's does the like, oh, I loved him so much. He was such a good boo. Who cares?
I hate when they do that. It's gonna be only sad because there's not gonna be any more Chris Chan updates until. Like autistic fans go to try to dig his grave up, or you know what I mean, like stupid internet meme shit.
Honestly, the most because Chris Chan's been around forever, and I always say like Chris Chan, the greatest final act for him would be him faking his death and then showing up again like 2 years later.
That would be,
and then the actual final act would be his real death, but nobody will care then.
Yeah. Is this another Chris Chan hoax? Just YouTubers going crazy with those shorts. I can already see the text like folding out, with their little, is Chris Chan actually dead? Is Chris Chan actually dead? It's not a news anchor. That's a little too formal for the tubers, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see where the Chris Chan saga comes next. He beat prison. He didn't get raped in prison.
Yeah.
So maybe he was the rapist. So.
Dang.
He looks dead here with his paws here. It's like he's been open casket.
The video of him dancing, was that recent? You know what I'm talking about?
Here, I'll... No, he's not in the video.
What even is this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there a description that says like...
People don't fill out...
Chris Chan dancing with imaginary friends is the original. So they just put the meme music over, the Joker meme music over. BronyCon.
Where is he? Is this him?
Okay, this is retarded.
Yeah, I don't understand what this is.
I do love that somebody just dressed up in like a brony or a pony.
Full on gay outfit.
Yeah.
Full on, the full furry. He's a full furry.
How did people even, I don't even know, is My Little Pony after? Like, did girls in our class like My Little Pony, or was that after? Or have they been around?
I thought they were around first, and then it became a weird internet thing for like teenage adult guys to like it.
What was it even on? I just feel like I never even heard of it until it was a meme.
I thought it was on Cartoon Network. That's why I didn't like Cartoon Network. I feel like Cartoon Network like led the way with like tranny shit, except for Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and like the Dexter's Lab and stuff. But I didn't like any of the other shows really. But I think it was on Cartoon Network. Or was there like a Cartoon Network Kids? It had to have started on that.
That was Cartoon Network.
So it was just Cartoon Network and Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because Nickelodeon had like Nick Jr., Nickelodeon, then Nick at Night. So
but those are just different programming blocks.
Yeah, that's true. Well, was Adult Swim considered its own network?
No, it was a different programming block for the evening.
But
I don't know what you're trying to say.
There wasn't like baby cartoon time
on Cartoon Network. No.
Okay.
Well, in the morning, I think. Did Cartoon Network have like the Looney Tunes and Scooby Doo and stuff?
Yeah, it would. It played
in the morning. It had like the Boomerang stuff. That's what its baby stuff was. It was like just old cartoons.
And it played like Pokemon, but I don't know where My Little Pony, where it started, like in terms of like where it was at during like the time of the day on Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. Excuse me. I just remember the first time I saw like a senior in my high school wearing like a full-on brony hoodie. And like no one thought anything like weird about that, and so I would ask him about it. And he's like, "Oh, it's a good show," but I just never believed it. It's like when people say like, "Oh, did you know that The Big Bang Theory is surprisingly like a well layered show?" And it's like, no, it's a show for stupid people to feel smart. It's like a show. My Little Pony is a show for pedophiles to prolong their arrest. You know, they can beat off to the ponies for an extended period of time before they finally download child porn and get arrested.
But just watch Rugrats then.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, you idiots.
No, seriously, diaper bottoms. Everybody likes to get that's code in the pedophile community. Diaper bottom is code in the pedophile community for a baby's butt in a diaper.
Okay.
See, you didn't think it'd be that obvious, but
no, I figured they would have been like, look at that DB. I guess they're just too dumb now. The DB for the CP. The CP with the DB, baby.
All right, what do you want to get into?
I have to go pee, so we'll take a quick piss break and then...
We will.
I can't know what I'm about to do. Doodle bob! Doodle bob! Me hoin yoin, and erase the square. Hey yo! Say yes!
But that's what we've got, guys. We've got a lot of... it's time for band talk.
Band talk. The only successful video on this channel was talking about a band.
Yeah, which was tough for us because The Garden is the only artist that we've ever listened to. So we've spent the last year getting all the greatest hits from Pitchfork and surfing those Rate Your Music charts. We've been watching our fair share.
Fantini.
Our Fantano we've been drinking our Fantano martinis, and we've got some news, I guess, for Death Grips, but we should just talk about Death Grips before. Let's show you what's beautiful before we show you how it was raped and destroyed by a bunch of retarded f***its that are autistic online. I think we both got into Death Grips from our third Mike Nelson.
I knew about Death Grips.
Oh, you did? I
knew about Death Grips because I watched a little show called BoJack Horseman that I also was featured on. No, just kidding. Could you imagine? That was my first speaking role. I never spoke before. Anyway, there's a scene where BoJack is doing a bunch of drugs, I think, and No Love Deep Web. What's the name of the fucking album?
No, you're right.
It's been a while. Well, that was back before I really listened to albums. So it was like I just found that song and listened to it 100 times.
Yeah.
And then like a couple other songs. And then it was like, I was actually just and then Nelson was like...
like this is the voice won't out him.
Yeah. And then Nelson was like, I was actually just at the Death Grip show in Los Angeles. And so then... He said he went to a Death Grip show. I believe him, I guess.
I do too.
And then he had it all on his iPod.
Yeah, he showed me them, and I don't know what it was and I had no business liking this band whatsoever. It's like I only listened to the Beatles and the Strokes, and Animal Collective and Panda Bear. So I guess I had some reason, but he played Government Plates, the song Birds with the Robert Pattinson guitar solo, and he was telling me that Robert Pattinson's actually cool, and I was like, the Twilight guy? So he was right about Robert Pattinson, and obviously right about Death Grips. And
I kind of forgot about the Pattinson thing, honestly. I do remember learning that.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, this is kind of a cool band, I guess, and he gave me the whole lowdown too about how they're, mysterious and their whole their whole fan base, but their whole aura is online mystery posting. Like, I guess No Love Deep Web, I was just kind of reading their Wikipedia. They leaked the album because the record label had a release date for 2013, but they wanted the album to come out because it was done. So they just leaked it themselves. So then they were dropped from their label. But they'd always do like mysterious stuff like that, like things you just don't normally expect from any musician. And their sound is, I feel like they have not as much as like someone like Mac DeMarco, but they've kind of distinguished themselves with a very unique sound, and they've kind of paved the way for like, like Kiss My Super Bowl Ring from The Garden and like 100 Gex. I feel like they've
paved the way for Kanye West. Did you ever hear those conspiracies that
Well, Yeezus was what? I thought that was 2013, right?
Well, maybe I have the timeline fucked up, but I thought the Powers That Be, or maybe at least whichever came out first, is on the moon.
That was the first one.
Whenever that came out, that was like, then the next one was Yeezus from Kanye, and people were like in the subreddit were talking back then like, oh, he stole their sound, or he's trying to go for that experimental sound in Yeezus.
I think I don't know if it would have been that album, because I think You Know What's on the You Know Where. Let me actually look that up, because I thought, can you look up when Yeezus came out? What did I just fucking type in? Death Grips walks out.
No, you're right. That doesn't make sense. Yeezus came out in 2013.
Okay.
But Death Grips had still kind of been doing. I've always had. I mean, I hate that word, experimental.
Yeah.
That's such like I know music.
But they had established themselves by that time that Yeezus come out. I think that actually would be a conspiracy theory that I wouldn't discredit immediately, because they've had Ex-Military, The Money Store, No Love Deep Web.
But they paved the way for a lot of people. I mean, I don't know, just a unique sound. I feel like I don't even know how to describe it, so I have to use that shitty word, experimental.
Just different, original.
Album covers are great. I know you love the No Love Deep Web album cover.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
That's the one with literally just a penis on it. I'm looking at it right now.
I thought it was a Minecraft sword because I've only seen the censored version, or I had only seen the censored version.
Yeah.
So I was happy to know it's not an Asian album, okay? A lot of people think it's a Japanese album because the penis is censored, but it's not. So
The Money Store, that's the black and white one.
Yeah.
I remember reading like deep dives of like, oh, this is the occult symbolism in Death Grips and like what they're incorporating. And I don't remember any of it, but it was pretty interesting back then. So just all tying together your idea that the mystery surrounding Death Grips.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, people, I don't think this works every time. It's quite a gamble if you're going to be a successful band to market yourself in this way. Like I don't think they use social media. And if they do, it's not even in the conventional sense. It's like they won't post something for 3 years. And then
they post some crazy video that's, guillotine.
Exactly. But I think they were also friends with like Beyonce too. I remember that being something.
my fiance Beyonce. Okay, you feel me?
That was like around, I think, Government Plates and Ex-Military. So maybe that would fit in more to the whole idea of like Kanye West knowing about Death Grips and being influenced by them. If MC Ride knew Jay-Z's
Kanye
wife.
Just him being Kanye probably means he like is in on stuff. I don't know. He probably knows.
Yeah. What's your favorite? Do you have I thought of my top 3.
Yeah, I know that the Powers That Be has the, the Pitchfork probably 5 out of 5 rating, but it is my favorite. It's probably the only one I've listened to more than 15 times.
That one's I guess I don't know if I were to count Powers That Be as one album, that'd be my second. My favorite is Bottomless Pit. I feel like that's the one I've listened to the most, and I just really like it. But I do remember really enjoying both sides from Powers That Be. I think the second side is much better, but I do like the first side with the Bjork samples. It's fun to listen to. And then No Love Deep Web was another one, the third one that I listened to the most. Even at the beginning, I never really cared for Money Store. I don't know. I just thought it was a little...
I liked it later on. So like with Money Store, I ended up liking it later. I liked No Love Deep Web the most at first, and then I kind of don't like it as much now. And the other thing I was going to say with the Powers That Be is that the first half is more cohesive, so I could see why you'd like the first.
And then I actually listened to Year of the Snitch, which I'd listened to when it came out and I didn't really care for it. I didn't like it, but decided to give it another listen, and it grew on me more. I do like it, but it's just not my favorite. And I hadn't rated Ex-Military at all, so wow, I listened to that and it was good, I guess. I know that's the one everyone likes too, so I kind of went in with super high expectations. And I know that I'm out of the loop too. If you didn't listen to it between 2011 and maybe 2016, then it's like, it may not make sense to you how influential it is. So I still liked it though. He sampled Ariel Pink too. So
I did not know that.
it's from the song like Walking Through the Walls, where he's like, yes, I like the drug. That's from Getting High in the Morning on House Arrest. So shout out to the Deathy Grippies.
What else?
They rock and they're good. And then we can get, I guess, so now that we've, kind of described this band and shown you how influential and great they are, we can show you how the autistic fans are destroying everything this band has created. So I think it was last week on Sunday, somebody reported that the Death Grips during a show, they just stopped playing and they walked off the set because people were like throwing glow sticks at them during the show. And it seems to be this emerging trend when it comes to concerts of people wanting to do like funny viral TikToks. So they'll just do weird things. Like even I was talking to my sister before we went to go see The Garden. She was like, I heard their tour wasn't even going very well because in New York, people were like sitting down crisscross applesauce in the pit. And just like really stupid, weird behavior, extremely online, antisocial like tendencies. But that has gone and affected a lot of these bands that have just kind of established themselves online, which is a shame. But I don't know. I feel like, I guess we haven't seen Death Grip, so we can't attest to this. But I think people were saying when I was kind of looking into it, like 5 years ago, people would go see Death Grips. And despite their extremely online fan base, people knew how to act like normal people at the shows. And nowadays, it just seems like that's all been thrown out the window and it's like everywhere.
Yeah, I feel like the younger generation, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. Not even that much younger than us, but I do feel like there's a weird, like, everybody at the concerts now are just like furries or something.
Yeah,
like, concerts aren't for cool people anymore. Now it's just like the no friends, as we called them back in the day in high school.
Yeah.
All the people that were friends because they were no friend, they had no friends.
Just like the gayest nerds.
Because when we went to the Garden concert, it was just like it was the people that would just dress up like clowns at school for no reason at all.
Yeah, to them it was just like another day at the school.
Yeah.
And then just like, I don't know, the compulsive liars and what. Remember the girl after the Garden show, we were talking to some fans because we wanted to meet them and she was like, yeah, I like Wyatt and Fletcher.
I was like best friends with his girlfriend.
Yeah. And she's like, I'm actually from LA. I just moved to where you're at to see this show, which is not even close to LA.
Yeah, seriously.
And
upstate California.
Yeah. San Francisco. What was she saying? Oh, she was like, I heard these like allegations about Mac DeMarco. So I was like at a party and I told him like, are you like a rapist? And he told me no. So I like, no, he's not a rapist.
She knew everybody. But then I remember this was the nail in the coffin. She goes, my boyfriend. And I just turned around. I was like, yeah, never mind. I'm not talking to you anymore.
It's people like that. They're like so insane. And they have these like theater kid tier stories that are so fucking fake. But they think everyone believes it because people just don't know what to do. Because it's like, why would you tell such an insane lie? And that they read the person being thrown off as them believing the story. So they're like, oh, I can like go and tell a story again and add to it. Sus. And the poster kid too. I mean,
the poster kid was crazy.
Yeah, the audacity of these people. Like,
oh, I just designed these posters and I just went backstage and Wyatt said he'd sell them.
Like, dude, oh my gosh, it's like, I don't understand how people don't get why that is.
People like, yeah, it's crazy. People, especially that kid, he just thought like if he was a fan hard enough, he would be their friend.
Yeah.
It's like, has it ever worked like that ever? Has anybody ever just become friends with their favorite band because they waited outside a show? Like,
no.
If they do meet you, they're just being nice.
Yeah. It's like a favor. It's like part of their job. They're seeing it. They view it as like a charity event. If you want to be friends with these people, you have to like cross paths with them. You have to find Wyatt or Fletcher on the road while their motorcycle's broken down, and you're like, oh, here's what you need to do, and you fix it for them, and then they might hang out with you. It's not like a, oh my gosh, I love every single song. I can recite every single lyric. No one wants to hang out.
Nobody wants to be friends with somebody that's a fan. Well, I mean, if I had fans, I'd probably be friends with them, but that's why I'm not famous. See, it's sort of a paradox.
Yeah.
So fuck that kid. And in fact, I would probably blame him for why we didn't meet the Garden that night.
Oh yeah, no,
because they knew he was waiting out there, and they even sent people out, and they're probably like, "Is that retarded poster kid out there?"
Well, they did because remember whenever the lady, I think she was like working with the tour, she was like on their staff. She came out with like a box of like 9 beers from like a 24 pack. And then in the rest were all of the posters, the stack of posters that this kid was like, yeah, I'm networking with Wyatt. And she was like, yeah, they don't want these gay poster.
That was so awesome. That was like out of a movie.
I know.
We were supposed to talk about Death Grips. Now we're just reliving this garden concert. But yeah, so this kid, he makes all the posters, and then the lady, the manager, whoever, brings them out in a box.
Because they don't want the posters. But it's like, how do you can't explain that concept to somebody because that's how stupid they are. You can't say like, hey, they already have merch. They don't want to have to deal with your merch on the side because it's like, what are they going to do? Are they going to buy all of your posters right now? Are they going to try to, in your head, do you think that you're going to get a cut from the posters you sell? Like, that's way too many hoops to jump through. They already have merch.
I mean, to be fair, it did seem like he was just trying to give them posters, but but they have their own posters.
Right.
Wherever they're going is going to have something up. They don't need, like, what promotion is that for them to show up in the city and then have the posters already? I don't know.
Yeah, it was just like anybody with like
the disbelief in his face too when they were like, they don't want your shitty fucking posters, and he just looked like he didn't get it.
Yeah. Not even heartbroken. He just like had the blank,
but it's not my wallet,
from SpongeBob. He had that look of Patrick Star on his face. And to me, that was like more satisfying than meeting the Garden because like we could go to multiple shows and possibly meet him.
I did want to meet them, but it was very funny that
he got let down and just was like, I guess the problem is maybe I should just go to the next show and just do the same thing because I'm a fucking dumb retard. So, but though again, not exclusive to the Garden, same behavior, if not worse, at Death Grip shows.
We should just jump into the video.
Okay, yeah. The video, there's not a video.
Wait.
There's just like them coming out on stage.
No, I saw the glow stick video.
Okay.
It's on the Know Your Meme page that you sent me, Mr. Know Your Meme.
Okay. Here, let me get the screen recording.
That's how I saw it.
Recording. So here's they show.
A glow stick, my flow stick. Okay.
Oh shit. Coming through the TV.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Damn.
It's retarded. They hit him a couple times.
Yeah. So,
watch this. I mean, come on,
Seriously.
right off his fucking shoulder. That's MC Ride.
Minecraft
and
Ride.
It is sad because, and I know according to Know Your Meme, it probably says something similar, but Death Grips have become a memed band.
Right.
So this on top of that is like horrible for them because they already have to deal with like the meminess of the way they're treated, and now it's like at even their shows where it should be loyal fans, you get shitheads throwing glow sticks.
Right. It's like in Mimi Bitland, like the hierarchy doesn't exist. But it's like if Mimi Bitland's a fantasy, what's a fantasy? It's like a medieval time where the king is still the king and you are still the peasants. I have no problem going to a show and acknowledging that I'm the peasant and they're the king on stage. You know what I mean? That's just the way the ritual works.
Yeah.
But then these people think they can like blur the lines and it's like, oh, if I do it's like they think they're doing like water cooler talk with the fucking like the band. And that's the type of attitude they have when it's like, I'll throw my glow stick. And I think the slippery slope too with that Mimi behavior, it's like the people who bring their 3DSs and they record, and it's like, what if I record on the 3DS camera? Sean Penn again. It's bad. And if I record and then it look bad, that'd be funny.
Is that actually a thing? People recording on 3DSs at concerts to be funny?
Yes, that is literally what they're doing.
Damn.
They're dressing up. I have another article that has a good kind of showcase of this like degenerate Twitter behavior. And this is all downstream from Fantano too, by the way. So when he makes a statement, don't be fooled, guys. He is part of the problem.
He's responsible for them kind of becoming a meme because anything he covers and pays great respect to, I'm assuming he gave them great respect.
Yes.
Becomes sort of a meme.
Yeah. Because he used to have a meme like channel where he would just act in this meme behavior. And he is smart enough to know that's not how you act in real life. But I'm just saying when he comes out with his statement, condemning this behavior, just know he is kind of part of the problem. It's the Eric Andre shooting Hannibal, and he's like, who shot Hannibal? Just know he's going to be a little Eric Andre in blackface, which frankly he should be canceled for. Here's a tweet here saying that someone, pissed on the floor here. So that's another form of this degenerate behavior. And then they're dressing up like Anthony Fantano, to be quite honest.
Like, oh, what if I dress like a dummy at the show?
So, I don't know. I feel bad for them because it's like...
Dude, sorry, I was just going to say the propeller hat,
I know.
to me, is like level 1, I'm doing something ironic and funny.
Right.
Is a propeller hat.
And they think that's like, oh, this is going to be so funny. Everyone's going to hold me up at the show.
Because I'm doing it ironically.
Yeah.
I've got the propeller on ironic. It's like, yeah, no, that it's not funny because this has already been a thing.
Right. I would say I'm not going to make a race for Mark.
Yeah.
I almost just wanted to be. And you are not MC Ride's brother. But it's like they have it in their head that the show's going to stop and the band and everyone's going to laugh and hold them up on their shoulders and they're going to sing a song all together. They're going to bring out another microphone and it's like, you want to pick your favorite song. We'll all sing it together. Mm-hmm. They just have these deranged visions. And
I'm going to meet somebody wearing this hat.
Yes.
Oh, you're going to meet your new best friend wearing a propeller hat? Get out of here.
Seriously.
I meet people this is how our concerts go. You are shocked when people even bump into you, probably.
Me? Yes. Yeah.
You're not a fan of that part of it.
No,
if you could just experience the concert alone, you would.
Yeah. That's a good way of saying it.
Well, what? Yeah. Even if it was empty, like let's say it was literally just the band performing for you.
Okay, maybe that would be a little weird because I don't mind the crowd, but I do I acknowledge it does register in my brain when people bump into me, and so I do try to position myself accordingly to not get bumped into. But if it's like with the garden show, like I kind of had to go through the pit to get closer to the front, so I was like, all right, whatever happens. Like I'm aware that they're gonna hit me and whatnot. But like you said though, I do acknowledge it, and in a perfect world, no one would touch me.
Yeah, and in my perfect world, everybody would be goosing each other. Remember goosing?
Yeah, the
cup into the ass.
Yeah.
So that's usually what I'm trying to do, and I'm hoping somebody's doing it to me. And I think that's a more normal way to meet people, I guess is what I'm saying, than wearing the propeller hat.
Yeah, instead of like 2 matching propeller heads, and then they're like, if we both took a picture together, imagine the Reddit karma. That'd be so awesome. And you know what's funny too? I was looking on Reddit, and they kind of talked about the same stuff that we already went over. And like Redditors, they just like never cease to amaze me with like how stupid and useless they are. Like they think because they've memorized Google Chrome keyboard shortcuts and like learned how to embed hyperlinks into their posts that they're like Bruce Wayne, like trying to figure out a crime like at the Bat computer.
Oh, for sure.
So, but they are so gay and retarded. Like they can't even like have a single threaded conversation without it derailing into like this hyper liberal thing. So what I'll say, so someone posted about Death Grips, right? And so the top comment was like, I experienced the same thing when I went to go see Machine Girl and 100 Gex. And then someone responded in the comments with their fake story. They're like, at the predominantly trans audience for 100 Gex, I only experienced 1 or 2 people being mean. Everyone who was trans was super nice and incredibly accommodating. And then the next person's like, 100 Gex is trans? I didn't know that. And someone's like, yeah, Lori's the trans one and it's really cool. Then the guy's like, I'm going to check them out. It's like they completely lost track of the message. And it's like, oh, that's so cool that they're trans.
Yeah.
So useless.
100 Gex, but it's the Gex PlayStation 1 game.
Yes. Now we can get into the real. This is what we've been saving up for the podcast, baby. What's the name of that video? We got to go to that next.
Okay. Are we done with that?
Yeah. Or do you have anything else to say?
I don't think so. I just hope that their lives aren't ruined. Just like when I saw the Garden have to deal with a shitty audience, I was hoping like they can get back to normal.
I almost wonder, actually, this was my closing remarks. Like, do we sniff out the people who are bad at the concerts and try to like bully and harass them?
Yeah, like the cart guy.
The cart guy.
The guy that gets mad at people leaving their shopping carts.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the cart narc. We just like come with like a bulletproof vest and like a nightstick, and we're just like, whoa, there. You're acting too gay. No makeup.
Yeah.
No clown makeup. You're too gay.
Too trans.
We like spray.
We're at 100 Gex. Too trans.
Yeah. Too trans. Not trans enough. You have like a little meter thing. It's like, oh, I can see your bulge. Get out. Or do you accelerate things to the point where there's like a catastrophe? Like, do you go to the pit and, spill like cooking oil on the floor? So then everyone falls and they get injured. And then there has to be legislation that's passed. That's like, you can't engage in like tomfoolery at shows. You're supposed to be respectful and, something like that. I don't know.
I think we should make it legislative.
We should
get it to that level.
Maybe the way that you propose, I like more. We do the cart narcs, the concert narcs instead. So we're building an army. If you want to be a concert narc, comment down below, and we'll send you a little press kit to get into concerts for free. So Gex, what's the one where he just says all the stuff?
Gex 3 one-liners is what I typed in yesterday to get it.
Dude, I was trying to find this video last night and I could not. Because I was typing in like quotes. Is it that one?
That one is shorter than the other one, but I think it probably has. Yeah, it's 28 minutes is the one. Yeah, okay, yeah. I remember how long it is.
I've never played. Have you played these games?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I owned Gex 2 and 3.
I've never played this before. I really want to. They're remaking them.
Bam! Good. I eat you. Another bug in my gut. Kibbles and bits.
So he's a gecko.
TVs instead of
Gex. He's a really funny guy, and he just basically speaks in pop culture references. You know, he just did another bug bites the dust instead of another one. That's pretty good.
Swinging, baby.
And then, the thing is, he ends like a third of his sentences with baby.
Yeah.
And originally I thought he was just doing an Austin Powers reference, but he does it so much that I think they were just trying to like steal.
Yeah. Because the art for the game, it's like a parody of GoldenEye, which is James Bond. And what is Austin Powers but a parody of James Bond? So he is...
So does James Bond say baby? And I just didn't realize that they were both.
Oh, he does.
So I don't know.
I didn't know that James Bond said it. I thought it was just exclusive to Austin Powers.
Well, that could be the answer, though, is what I'm asking.
Oh, I see.
Like if James Bond says it, then I guess it's okay if both Gex and Austin Powers stole it.
Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna listen live.
No, go ahead. Let's just play.
Night, baby. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there we go.
Lights out. Night, baby. Yeah. Hit me. Go on.
43 episodes. I have tuned into videos hoping that we would be at the right moment, and we are finally it's happened. I can rest easy. Oh my gosh. Night, baby. Yeah. Sorry.
So it's what would you call it? This is like a platformer.
Yeah.
A lot of jumping around.
Collectathon
like Spyro. Which while we're on it, Spyro and Crash now Xbox property, Microsoft.
I know.
owned.
I hope they do the series well, because they ran Conker's Bad Fur Day into the ground when they bought the rights to that. So it kind of makes me nervous. And Xbox, I feel like Microsoft's been sucking lately. Like the Xbox One they didn't have any like exclusives. Like even Halo hasn't been too great, but this is a pivotal moment.
Isn't COD?
No, it's on all platforms.
No, isn't it going to be Xbox only?
I don't know.
Okay, maybe I'm making that up.
But what was I going to say about it? This is a make or break moment, though. Xbox is down. Crash and Spyro could revive it single-handedly.
Really, somebody needs to get a hold of Gex. You're saying they're bringing it back. They're going to remake this trilogy.
Yeah.
Could be a lot of fun. Go to like the snow level or whatever. What's that called?
Is it in Gex 3?
Gex 3. Yeah. Which we're coming back to Crash and Spyro. Don't think I'm off of that just yet.
Let's get it on.
Defeat evil Santa.
Yeah, the snowboarding. You get to snowboard in this.
Dude, that's awesome.
But while Gex plays, I guess I'll say so what Crash Bandicoot games did you play?
I only played Crash, the first one on the PS1, and then I had like Crash Purple on the Game Boy Advance. Let me actually pull that up now that we just got Gex into it.
Yeah. Gex is the greatest game ever. Great music, great. I kind of forgot how much fun it was, honestly.
The game's only an hour and a half long.
Oh, Ripto's Rampage. This is a Spyro
Spyro's
game.
in it too.
Oh, this was the crossover, that's why.
Oh, nice.
Because Ripto was one of Spyro's original enemies in the second Spyro game.
So his master plan was to team them up? To team up Spyro
Well,
and
but
Crash?
then like in the Spyro version that came out, he's going against... In Forehead, what's his name?
Neo Cortex.
Yeah, Neo Cortex. He just has an N tattooed on his head.
Yeah.
There's also a character in Crash named just N-Gin. Like the letter N and then Gin, G-I-N.
Gosh. Hey, y'all, man. Just because
I'm
my
in,
name
Jen.
be Jen.
Yeah.
Why is this just mini games? I don't remember. There we go. Back to the platforming. What was I going to say? Oh, I think it was on my 8th birthday. I went to, what are those games? I don't know if this is national, but it's like an arcade. I went to an arcade, right? Never played the claw machine, and they had a plush toy of Crash Bandicoot in like the far right corner, the back corner. Impossible to get. And I told my mom and dad, I was like, I want this. And they were like, there's no way you're going to get it. Because the way Crash is shaped, and you think about the shape of the claw too, it's just not compatible.
Yeah, it's true.
First try, and this is such a shame.
He doesn't have a chin for it to grab onto. You know what I mean? Like it pulls down in his head. It's just like
An upside down
the
cone.
Sheen head, or like the for dummies.
Yeah,
book
the for
character that
dummies.
just looks like Sheen.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing to grab onto.
It's like I would have had better luck getting like an ice cream cone out of the machine than like Crash Bandicoot. And so I pick him up. I'm not even kidding. I carry him all the way to the glass thing, and he like nicks the glass wall and falls.
Oh, I've had that.
And I had spent like, my dad gave me like $20, and I spent like almost all of the $20 trying to get it back. So I was like, well, if I first try, I covered all this ground. Surely I can just pick him up and scoot him in. Didn't happen. I was so disappointed. I asked like one of the people working there if they could like open the machine for me, and they were like, no.
That's not how it works.
And I was like, but it's my birthday.
Damn. So I had all the Crash games. I had Crash 1, 2. I don't remember what 2 was called. 3, Warped. That one was really good. Now the best one, you might have to pull it up, is Crash Bash. It was the party game, the answer to Mario Party, probably. I don't know whose answer. I guess Sony's answer.
Whose question?
Crash Bash was awesome. It just had like 5 mini games, and then like 4 different worlds. And each world, the mini games were slightly different. So this was the one when you had to like push him off the ice. And then like see the lightning's above his head.
Yeah.
So that you don't want to have the lightning. Otherwise you get...
But if you're Crash, you can just knock him off.
Yeah, Crash was the best one. You didn't want to play with the big guys on those.
Man, I love the moving, the word art. I love the loading screen here.
This was a fun one. Nelson and I, we would play this game all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Because you could do 2-player, and like your partner, you would be on the bottom, and then player 2 would be on the right side. And so you just...
It was co-op? And for context for the viewers, Nelson in 2020 passed away from AIDS.
Yeah.
So...
So, no, this was just a mini game one. It was a lot of fun. And then I didn't play as much Crash when it got into like PlayStation 2. I mean, I played Wrath of Cortex, which was like the...
What's the one where they both work together? Where they have to work together?
It might have been later than that. They're sort of working together here, in a way.
Let me check Wrath of Cortex here. It might be this one. He's soy facing in all these.
Nah, you'd think Wrath of Cortex. I don't remember what happens in it for sure, but I feel like he's back in action.
Oh.
Which they remade the original 3 Crash games as well.
Yeah. Were they good?
I didn't ever play the remake. I played the remake of Spyro.
Was that good?
Yeah. I mean, I still like the old school, very polygonal.
Yeah, they don't have a version where they don't have a mode where you can like switch between the old and new.
You can switch between music, and it's actually crazy. So the composer for the Spyro games, like the original games, is the drummer. I forget his name right now because I'm stupid, but is the drummer for The Police.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's kind of crazy. What is his name? Oh, Stuart Copeland, I think, is his name. One of the best drummers ever. And I like The Police, but he's done some solo albums too, and they sound kind of like Spyro soundtracks, so it's pretty cool.
Stuart Copeland, yeah. Very cool.
So no, I love those. I love the Spyro collectathon, collecting it all, finding gems.
Yeah, these games, I mean, they just harken back to a time where video games were designed to be fun, and now they're like, they just suck. They're huge game file sizes, and like it's always full of like gay propaganda, and the game like never works when it comes out, and there's no secret modes. It's all DLC. There's no, I don't know, there's no sense of exploration and wonder in games anymore.
Well, and it sucks because even like mini games or just app phone games, you know, iPad games.
Yeah.
You know, just some $15 game for the Switch should be this good though, and it's not even.
No.
So like I should be able to get a Crash-like game for $15 and have just as much fun. It's not that complicated.
No.
Just put a little effort into the level design, make them look cool. It doesn't have to be that complicated.
And now too, it's like if they take these old games and all they do is like change the textures, and then they charge you like $60 too.
Mhm.
So then it's like even when you try to enjoy the old games, you're still like ass raped with the price of a brand new game.
Mhm.
So it's stupid, it's dumb, but I don't know. I couldn't imagine like being a kid and like gaming in this day and age with how bad it is. Like, I don't know. It was even hard to play like Call of Duty because it's like every year I have to get a new game, and there's like DLC, and it's like, you know, when you're a kid and you don't have a job and your parents don't just buy you everything, it's tough to keep up. But
I remember like buying sports games every year too, and it would
Yeah.
be like the same game every year.
So dumb.
And there's like a million stupid videos about it on YouTube of just like, oh, how how Madden went downhill,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something. But it's true. Like the best Madden that came out was like 20 years ago.
Mhm.
And then they just overcomplicate, and then they just do shit where they like change something about the mechanics, and it's like something they've done before. So it'll be like,
Yeah.
now the left stick is for quick moves, or what, like jukes or something. And it's like, well, that's what they did like 2 years ago. They never make game modes better.
Mhm.
So sports games are just really bad.
It's like instead of there's really like an easy formula to making the game fun, but then it's like in that pursuit of refining the game, you have to, whether it's on purpose or just like trying to refine it, you make it shittier.
Mhm.
So then you just have that cycle of like, oh, the first 3 are great, and then the next one not so much, and then the games are awful, and then it's almost like a lot of game series go through that. Like with Tony Hawk, like they were trying to reboot Tony Hawk because they had so many bad games. Some time passed. Once the nostalgia factor kicks in, then it's like, oh, a reboot. But then the reboots are often shitty too, just like the last shittiest installment.
I mean, that sort of sucks. A great skating game would be like actually fun on a next gen console.
I know. But then it's like and they can't overcomplicate it or anything. But I think actually Skate 4, they're talking about making that, and it's like the original developers, and it's like an indie funded project, and they have like a YouTube channel, and they've been posting like updates on it, which like that to me gives me the highest hopes. It's not just like EA taking the the IP for Skate and then just shitting out some generic game that everybody who remembers the old games are going to say it's good enough, and then
but
the new
just
standard.
wait until the physics are like Goat Simulator or whatever.
Yeah,
Did you ever play Goat Simulator?
I did. Yeah, that was a fun game. I liked it.
It was fun for 5 minutes, but wasn't there only like 2 maps on? I played it on console, so I don't know if there was more maps later. But
I think there were 2 maps, and I think but there was a lot that you could still do. And that game I thought was like $5 or $10, so it wasn't.
No, it wasn't crazy.
Full price, but. Yeah, the game, it did kind of lose its charm after you kind of did a lot. Like you'd climb up the water tower and like jump off, or you would like pick up a kid and like throw him off a building. And but at least that is like, I don't know. I feel like that still has a little bit more character than what some of the games are now. But
have you ever seen like the videos of the bad voice acting in NBA 2K?
No, can I pull that up?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say we could wait, but we should just do it now. We're going to talk about every game so we can never talk about games again. Yeah, that's probably good. I hope it's not somebody reacting.
All right, because if I have to learn anything, it's that
these are the actual NBA players. And they're clearly just reading a script.
Yeah.
Like low effort, no effort.
Which like can't they, I've seen videos online of them like not being able to read in general. So like acting and reading lines. And that's not a race thing, that's a read
Well, you
thing.
said it, but yeah.
I was talking about Larry Bird specifically.
You're right. He's right. We got too much talent, and we work too hard to be playing like this. We got to get this train right back on track, real quick like.
That's right. We all have that attitude. The train will be rolling in no time. Let's do it.
Their mouths don't even move.
I know. They just nod. Where does he even walk off to?
Oh, there's
Who have
LeBron.
thought
Yeah.
about what? That a young buck like you could actually do the right thing and avoid
Does he have
getting
Down
his
syndrome?
Sorry,
I had a
buck.
teammate
He's literally
that
just
game.
trying to read.
He told me to chill.
Sounds like a wise fella to win in this league. You need all hands on deck. Good call.
I love the
Check-
music in the background. How it's so loud. Oh, they gave you like dialogue
The ref
options.
should have checked his cell. He was trash all night.
Only thing we can control there is ourselves. Forget the ref, the fan, even the opponent. Handle your business, and the rest will take care of itself. All right?
I guess so.
They should have
The players
a
on the
dialogue
other hand are
option
on
that's just
reserve.
like, what? What the fuck did you just say?
You got skills to be a great player.
They sound
But the
gay,
proof will
like
come
they're
between
coming
the
on to
lines.
them.
Yeah.
Tonight, time
You've
will
got
tell you
great
you can't help
skills.
The players, on the other hand, are going to reserve judgment.
How's that?
You got all the skill to make a contribution, but the proof will come between the
That
lines.
isn't that crazy?
Tonight,
I know. And
Tom-
like their face animations, because it's like, you know, they have to crank them out every single year. So it's like, just read the lines. Don't need to do multiple takes. Just get in here, read it. We'll throw you $50,000. Call it good. Oh, shit,
Can't give
Shaquille.
me the ball.
Man, what are you talking about?
Oh, he's...
Oh, he just named his character.
Talking about
Shaquille
making sure
O'Neal.
I get my touches, yo. Move the ball, share it with your teammates. Make the extra pass
His
so that we
mouth's
can
not
get
moving.
easy looks. You got it?
What?
Boy, get out my face with that, man. I do what I do with the rock for the good of this team. And I don't need nobody second guessing me. You ain't my coach, punk.
That's the kind of selfish I'm talking about. Get over yourself, man.
I mean, it's just the worst voice acting
Good
ever.
gosh. That's so funny, though.
And what's crazy is it's like they only got like one or two people from each team. Clearly, they keep
Yeah.
showing the same guys. So it's like, why don't they just have them do at least in one more take and then like try to splice it together to
Yeah.
make sense?
Goodness. This is where AI could come in handy, you know? Just like have it type out the words so they don't even have to read it. But, geez.
In Time Travel, the video game.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Time Travel, the video game. Yeah.
Time Travel, the AI experience, the game that I created.
The AI experience. Is that for video game? I've got one last thing.
On what? Just
The
in general?
show. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got this guy. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but the former San Diego PD detective who owned illicit massage parlors has been sentenced to prison. Okay, this is big news in the San Diego area with this PD detective, right? Peter Griffin,
Whoa.
79 years old.
Wow.
That's it. Just the guy. I always love it when someone's name is Peter Griffin and they appear in the news, serving a Masonic 33 months in prison.
Yeah.
So-
How do they even come up with those numbers? You know, they go, oh, you're going to be in prison for 34 months.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a dartboard. They just throw a dart.
Wow. Peter Griffin, a former vice detective attorney.
Yeah.
And PI.
Holy crap, Lois. That's all.
Sexual services online. Well, no, it's
Oh.
interesting. It's good to know what Peter Griffin's doing.
Yeah, that's all I had there. So.
How about Haguna Matata?
Hell yeah, it means no edging.
A couple things I've seen this week. Candy corn's back in the news on account of Halloween being nearby.
That's why it was?
No, I'm just making a joke.
I
You know,
know.
it's that time of year.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, candy corn sucks. That's my take. We're not even going to spend more, but you have to give your take at least once.
Okay, I like candy corn. So we've got a. You know what's even more messed up is I used to, as a kid, love those pumpkins, the candy corn pumpkins. But now that's
Ew,
too much for me now.
Those
But I
were
still,
even worse. Those were like a shittier shape to eat it in.
I know. I will still mess. I'll still fudge. I'll still F with candy corn, though.
I saw somebody with a life-size Michael Myers in their yard today.
Yeah, baby.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. That's scary. He's like the scariest.
No, I was talking about Austin Powers.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Well, he's the Mike Myers is the, I don't know which one. Halloween Killer. He's a good dummy to have.
Yeah.
But
Michael Myers disambiguation. Or whatever.
yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Austin Powers.
But it was crazy. It was like life size. It looked real. It looked like an actual guy was standing in their yard with a knife.
Dude, that's crazy.
And then I also saw a guy with a Captain Crunch tattoo on his arm.
What?
Yeah, like this big.
Like the captain, or like a cereal box.
No, the Captain Crunch mask. Him, Captain Crunch himself in the flesh. Well, on his flesh.
Yeah. Good gosh, like it's like one of those hyper detailed tattoos where you see like his, I don't know, details. The nutrition facts are on his other arm for the box of cereal. I used to love actually Captain Crunch, and what they had on the back of the boxes, they'd always have some really cool drawing with like it was always like a theme park, like a water park, and you could have all these little like counting games. It was all very basic, but I enjoyed looking at it.
Yeah, I don't remember what cereal boxes had what on them.
I think the Captain Crunch was a good one because I remember better now. It had like a checklist, and it would be like, can you find Logan's peanuts? And there'd be like, there's 5 of them scattered around the park, like little things like that to get the brain jogging while you're eating your morning cereal, which is cereal is like the worst thing you could eat in the morning as a kid too. It's literally just like corn syrup and sugar.
Yeah.
But I digest.
Damn.
What else you got? Well, I guess where did you see this Captain Crunch guy?
Walmart. I didn't want to say where because I want people to know I go to Walmart. But that's like that's where you'd see somebody with a Captain Crunch tattoo. I mean, if I was gonna get a mascot, I would probably get the. I mean, I don't know. The Trix Rabbit's a little much for me.
Yeah.
Lucky the Leprechaun.
That could be mistaken for like the Playboy Bunny too.
True.
So bad connotation. And I'm not Irish, so I wouldn't. Maybe the captain is. I mean, what are you gonna get? Corn Pops, so you look like you have jaundice.
Oh, who's the cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? I like that bird. Isn't that cuckoo a bird?
For Cocoa Puff.
Isn't that the orange bird?
Oh yeah. The orange bird. Yes.
Or the Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, the Cookie Crisp.
Yeah.
Cookie Crisp Chan.
The wolf. I like him.
Or the toucan for Fruit Loops. Maybe him.
But I wouldn't want because doesn't he have a gay pride beak?
Oh, he does? Oh, that's what it's... Did they change it now?
Yeah,
I thought he just had like a regular
They
beak.
made him gay. Remember when they made SpongeBob gay?
Seriously.
Doodle Bob.
Doodle Bob is the white savior for America. If SpongeBob is now gay, that was so crazy when they did announce that. It's like, so what, he absorbs cum now? Like, jeez.
And it's like, there's never been two... Because if he's gay, then Patrick's gay. Patrick's not just like some accepting...
Right.
person.
And, well, Patrick, that makes it even worse because then it makes SpongeBob like a predator because he's like, I know it's not acceptable to be gay, but if Patrick is too stupid to know that it's wrong to be gay, I can be his friend and rape him, you know? And Squidward's the only one who sees exactly what's going on. That's why he hates SpongeBob.
And that definitely means SpongeBob's like thought about putting Squidward's nose in his ass or something.
Yeah. No,
in his holes, in every hole in his body.
He's thought about, Gosh. I mean, it's weird because like you could go through life and be like, oh, SpongeBob, and think to yourself, like, yeah, SpongeBob's like a gay person. Like if a human being tried to emulate the life of SpongeBob, they would have to be
Ariana
gay.
Grande's new boyfriend.
Right. Which they broke up, I think.
Oh, that's good news.
For the sake of this story, they broke up, so you can date him. What was I going to say? Oh, but for some reason, when Nickelodeon's like, yes, SpongeBob is gay, it's like, that seems wrong. That's weird. But
he is the mascot of Gay Pride now. They change it to him every year, and
it's disgusting.
I went to Party City, and I asked for a gay costume. And they brought out Colin Jost.
Colin Jost.
I don't know. I was thinking about Pete Davidson earlier, and then he hosted SNL. I didn't even know he wasn't on SNL. How about that?
I didn't either. I thought like, oh, did they lose a host that week?
So they let him host, and he's so unfunny. All right, this episode's petering out. Do we have petering out?
I already. What are you petering out? I already did my Peter Griffin bit.
Okay. The only other thing was that Asian Chargers fan, but that was more of a conspiracy. And then Israel's still going on. So everybody, we put on a great show for you today. We had a lot of video game references. Watch the Gex 3 walkthrough.
Yeah.
Listen to Death Grips.
Yes.
This is just my underview.
Read the book. I'm sure there's some like etiquette book from like the 1920s, like proper public etiquette. Read up on your public etiquette.
Yeah, don't pee at concerts.
Yeah, learn your manners.
Don't throw glow sticks.
And recording with the 3DS is not funny. It's not cool. The propeller hat is actually a target for my gun.
If you know the meme, then don't do the meme. That's what I always say.
Dude, that is a good...
It's true.
Yeah, that's like a PSA campaign.
Know your meme is just a side of things you shouldn't do.
Exactly. All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.